Good morning, Patrick. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, sir. How are you today? You sound so crisp and fresh and ready to go.
I am ready to go. Feels like we haven't played this in a while. Oh, that's right. That's right. We didn't play last week. That's why it's been a while.
That's right. Did you have a good trip?
We did. My wife, new dog, did well. She's coming along very well. Pretty good weather. Not terrible. Of course, we were inside most of the time, but good trip.
Excellent,
So,
excellent. We're dating a little bit, but we're coming out of the Memorial Day weekend, so it was nice. I hope everyone out there that's watching this had a good time. We've got a spectator today, so Mike, hello, welcome aboard.
Good morning. Thank you.
We always love to have members of the gallery watching in and catching us when we goof in real time because that happens. I've got my coffee. We're back, and here is the situation as it is. So we are now playing scenario 12, of course, the Vicksburg campaign, and we are on session 6. For those of you who have traversed the last 5 episodes, thank you for sticking with us, and we hope it's providing you with all the entertainment that you could hope for. The Union is, I guess we'll start at the top and work our way down. I don't know that we had any corrections. If we have, and we missed it, apologies. We're going to just gloss over that. But I think we've been playing it pretty clean with no tilts of late. So that's always helpful. But we are starting today on turn 18, which is May the 17th. And once again, the command paralysis affects Pemberton's forces in the field as the Confederates are like, what do we do now, sir? So we're going to see if I can perhaps capitalize on that. But otherwise, slow progress has been made. The Union has advanced up the Natchez Trace a little bit, and we are now kind of into the point where both sides can start entrenching. So I think unless I can get a really good end around somewhere, perhaps with McPherson, or make some logistical progress, I think I should prepare myself for another couple of days of stasis here. Hopefully, and I'm knocking wood as I say this, without rain or heat. What is? I'm sure you've looked at it this morning, Roger. What do you surmise is going on?
we'll have to watch this. I'm actually restricted to entrenching only in Warren County under command paralysis. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So far, Alberta's done a great job with his programming, but I don't know if it's going to know that I'm in command paralysis. So
Well, apparently, whenever I put that tag on that date, when it does that, I think it reads that. So that's why they.
it does. Okay, wow.
Yeah. So once again, kudos, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Alberto. Yeah, I spent a little time kind of looking at my spreadsheet and said, oh, have I taken anything off the table for you for winning this game yet? And it's like, no, I haven't. uh, so I have to kind of continue to play defense, command paralysis. It's just really a pain. I do get just a review. You're going to win all initiatives. I cannot conduct an activate leader or an assault action, so obviously you're not going to be too concerned about me in any sort of offensive move. And I get the die roll. So no bonus, just a straight die roll on Confederate and infantry movements. So something I thought I had, and of course with command paralysis, it's not going to matter. I thought you'd suffer retreat losses if you had to do a water evacuation after combat. You don't. You just march off. You just say you guys are retreating by river. So I kind of wasted some moves there, moving Stevenson over there, but not a big deal.
I was certainly happy to see you bring cookies and bundt cakes, but the welcoming committee as it is.
That didn't affect me. And there was some comment made about why I haven't been doing substitutes because I've been kind of nervous that you're going to do some sort of flanking maneuver using water evacuation, using the what's it called?
Amphibious invasion. Yep.
But now at this point, I think you've moved your forces so far to the east that I think I can now start stripping some manpower away and moving them somewhere where I don't know because so much is going to depend on how you do this turn. I think it's just going to be. I can see you getting a breakthrough somewhere because then I'll just have to hope I can rebuild. But as we move east, it just gets the area to cover gets wider and wider, and you'll force me out of the Los, and then it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, and while the amphibious invasion and river transfers are nice, without any substantive leadership up there, I can't do much. All I can do is
Right.
just
Yeah.
put pieces up there to threaten, and if you strip away, as you say, then, well, I've got some free marching that I can do to perhaps put them towards siege. But it's a great idea in theory, but I have not. Obviously, this is my first time playing the campaign, so I'm not sure what is the optimal way to utilize that, especially when you are so compelled to do what I've been trying to do, which is get northeast, do
Right.
something,
Yeah.
try to get around
Yeah.
them. Yeah, but we
I think historically you're a little bit behind, right, Patrick?
I am a little bit behind, yeah, because May the 18th, officially, as we learned last time, I'm pulling up the calendar here, May the 18th, which is tomorrow in game terms, that's when the actual siege began. So there's no way that's happening in one turn. But, yeah.
And that's why I checked my spreadsheet, was to see, okay, am I beginning to take away some of these VP options for you? And the answer is no, I'm not. I was hoping I didn't have to continue this. Cross my fingers, hope he doesn't get a big breakthrough on me, which is fine.
On the other hand, though, I actually pulled over my Kindle and I was going to look at some of the victory points schedule because it's been a while since I looked at it, and I thought, well, what can I do aside from just blunt force trauma? What can I do to try to get some points? Oh, well, there's railroad stations, but they're way over there, you know.
Yeah.
And all that does is kind of get me back to parity because that removes some of my manpower losses, but that doesn't help in the big scheme of things. So I know what the Union has to do, but I gotta make some progress, and I'm not doing it. But with all that being said, hope springs eternal because there's command paralysis.
Yes,
So
indeed.
let's
See.
let's go through the process here. So we've done our random events, obviously. Leader transfers. I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move McPherson down to Logan, and McClernand will stay there. I think Sherman and Grant will stay where they are as well. So I'm good.
I'll leave Smith where he is. Fournay doesn't really matter for this, so I'll leave him to Warrenton. He does have enough to get to Bowen. I'll just move him down there for no particular reason this turn, but in case I need him, that's probably where I'm going to need him.
That was the most Forrest Gump thing ever. No particular reason. He's just going to
I mean, well, he can't do anything. And Stevenson, I'll leave him there where he's at. And of course, I got to leave Bowen and Loring. Might as well stay where they are. So that's it for me.
Okay. What is next? We have attachments. I don't have any attachments at this point, so I'm good.
I don't see any reason for me to now that First Missouri and Herbay, I think is probably how it's pronounced, have gotten to Fort 3.
Oh, right.
I'm going to go ahead and attach First Missouri to Herbay, so he's going to gain a manpower. And he also gains an artillery. And I did just check artillery, the max is 3, so I'm not exceeding the artillery.
Perfect.
And Herbay will go, I guess he gets just, or First Missouri just gets deleted. And there wasn't any restriction on the Army of Relief. I mean, there were restrictions for movement, but I didn't see any for attachment. So I'm going to attach the 24th South Carolina to Walker. Walker's going to pick up 2 manpower.
This is up in Jackson?
Yeah, up in Jackson. And that's the only thing I'm going to do there. I'll leave the 25th, 29th Georgia alone. So I think that's it for my attachment.
All right. Then I think we are ready to go. So if you would love to do the honors for us and give us the first initiative, and I will wish you good luck as always, sir.
Yep, good luck to you as well. And you win ties. It's yours.
Okay. I'm going to have McPherson activate Logan. For March, here's their movement +1. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, so you're moving him there. Activate Barton. He loses his entrenchments. Here's his movement, straight up die roll. 6.
Boo!
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I need to fatigue him. Initiative. That's yours.
Timing is everything. And we'll take Logan to 2. Here's movement. Let's see. He's got 7, huh? So we're going to go 1 to there. So that's 4. And
4.
then 7 to there.
Yep.
Initiative. Yours.
How big is he? He's a 6. I'll create a sub. Featherstone's going to go to 3. Featherstone keeps the artillery, but he gets the entrenchments to breastworks 2. He picks up a fatigue, loses his entrenchments, and here's his movement roll. He starts where sub 3 was. He can go 5, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's fine. I'll take Featherstone Fatigue 2. Here's movement. Oh, plenty. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's yours. All ties go to you.
Well, gee. Your ability to march, sir. I'm going to have Hall activate himself and the wagon train. And they will lose their entrenchments. Here's their march. 3. Wagon train 1, 2, and 3. Hall will go 1 and 2. Alright, initiative. That's mine. Oh, McPherson, you're in a box again. We'll have Sherman activate Steele and Tuttle. Actually, we'll do all 3, and Blair. So here's their movement. That's fine. I'm going to go there. Blair's going to go there. Tuttle's going to go there. Initiative. Yours.
We'll activate Buford. He's just going to pick up a fatigue, and he's just going to slide over 1 hex. Initiative. It's mine. Going to activate the 3rd Kentucky. Wow.
I'd say paralysis is a relative term today.
I've never seen so many 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, 8 to there. Initiative. That's mine again. Well, I can't complain about getting initiatives or not getting initiatives. Got these one at a time. I'll take Taylor. Here's his movement. 6. 1, 2, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Sherman activate Tuttle to 2. Movement. That's fine. They will transfer, and they will go to there. Initiative. That's yours.
You stacked them all up there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 10 there, 15 there, 13. So yeah, might as well do the little dance. Tillman will go to fatigue 1. He's going to shift over and join that stack.
Get down tonight.
Initiative. That's mine. Takes Vaughn. He's under Smith. Here's his movement. 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Of the 4th Iowa March. Movement. 9. They come out of their entrenchments. They'll go 6 to there. Or 1 hex to their initiative. It's mine. We'll go to 2. Oops. And I'll just go 1 hex to their initiative. That's mine. Well, 12 is less than 13, so that's... So Sherman will attempt an assault on Loring. Let's see if we can push and shove our way here. So we're going to use Tuttle and Blair. Let's see if we can get that going. So here's the assault attempt. And no! Mike, you've never seen so many 6 before in your life.
Wow.
This is when I get the 6s. Alright, initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to take Tracy is going to march. He's going to drop off a sub that's going to have 3 manpower with no artillery. Here's his movement. 3. He's going to go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours. Gonna try it again?
Yeah, let's try it again. So Tuttle and Steele go up 1 more. We will attempt to assault Loring a 2nd time. Here we go. Alright, so we will now request a grand assault from Grant. 2 hexes, which is exactly what I need. But the initial assault is a 5, which means I can bring in 1. So that's fine. I'll bring in... Who's got the better artillery?
Blair by far.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll bring in Blair. So he's going to be the point person. And then the grand assault, I can bring in additional 2 hexes, which I will bring in, let's see. I will bring in AJ Smith under McClernand. So he will get 1. And then the other 2 in this hex will come in. So they will get... So let's go through the numbers then. Our first assault of the day. So we got +1 for assault. Tactical is even. I have 24 exactly. So I have a +1 ratio of 24 to 12. Artillery, I have 8 pieces to your 3. So that's +5 in Los, which I think is just cover. Is that right?
No effect.
No effect. Okay, so we've covered that. Terrain of -1 for Creek. And I have no flank. So I just see a net +1.
Yep, final's a +1.
I hate +1 attacks. Here we go. Here's a +1. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What's different this week? How's my superstitious brain work? What's different? Oh, hi, Mike. I'm wearing the wrong socks. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. So
I've seen these before. I know that it's not just me.
Well played, sir. All right, it is a net -4 on 24 for me, so that's pretty bad. -4 on 24 is 3D. Okay, all right. Not Sherman's best day, by far. All right, so 1, 2, and 3, and they're all sapped out. Let's get them all sapped out. Boom, boom, boom. And AJ Smith. And I'm going to take the 3. I'll take the 4th Iowa will just disappear. Cavalry. Pff, that's 1. And then I will take 1 off of Blair and 1 off of Steele. So that and that. All right then. Well, that was pretty terrible. Initiative. All right, that's yours.
I didn't even check to see. Okay, I had no effect on me. Okay.
You laughed at the bodies floating in the creek.
Okay, let me continue my kind of reorg here. I'm going to create another substitute under her bay. But in this case, they're just going to march in place. The substitute's going to gain 2 manpower. And he has to get a fatigue for marching in place. And the substitute does not get artillery. I'm not going to add his entrenchments because he's going to be marching. Initiative. That's mine. Now he'll go to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. Well, plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just going to stack on top of Tracy. 5 and 6. I was only up to there. Tracy will get to March probably. Initiative. That's yours.
Wow, most of my options have been shut down today.
And for those who are asking, I am aware that the bridge is there and you can attack across the bridge. So I'm not. I've made a calculated decision that 9 manpower and 9 pieces of artillery in the clear will hold that bridge if necessary.
Without a doubt. I'm foolish in other ways. Apparently, attacking a smaller force across a creek is just the wrong thing to do today. Kind of reticent now. You've got me spooked. So I'm going to move I'll move wagon train A. Here's movement. 3. They're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Yours.
I'll take Tracy to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. 3. And he's just going to go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. Have Hall march. Movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. Mine again. Let's take the 2nd Illinois march. Movement. 8. They're going to go 6 to there. Initiative. Mine. 2nd Illinois again. Movement. 7. They're going to go to there. Initiative. Possible end of turn. Okay, so no modifier this time. Just on a 1, turn will end. Nope. 6 Missouri. March. 7. 1, 2. Initiative. Yours.
Baldwin's going to march in place, drop off a sub. 1 manpower. I'm sorry, 3 manpower. No artillery. Baldwin's going to go to 1, and he sub 6 is going to get the entrenchments. Initiative. That's yours.
You'll have 6 Missouri march again. Movement. 8. Go there. Initiative. Possible end of turn. Nope. 6 Missouri a 3rd time. Movement. And extended march. They're okay. They're going to go there. Initiative. That is yours.
Baldwin march. You can go 1 hex to there. Oh, he loses his entrenchments. Initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to have Crocker march. Here's movement. 5. He's going to make a prepared attack on the march now because it costs 5 on sub 3. So the only thing I see is just a +1 for prepared and a +1 for ratio of 2 to 1.
Yes.
Okay, there's a +2. It's a 6.
Wow. Rolling 6s today, aren't I?
Yep. All right. So that's most certainly a 1D. 1D. Yep. Yep. Okay. So take 1 on the chin there.
Go disorganize.
Flip. Lose manpower. And 1 to the scoreboard. So everything I'm doing blunt force is ineffective, and I can't get around you because you're getting the double jeopardy of movement and initiatives. So this has not been a great turn. Initiative. That's mine. Move wagon B out of Grand Gulf. Movement. Bedeviled. Initiative. Wagon B again. Movement. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative. That's mine. I'm going to pass.
I've got some guys to bring in. I'll do that before I forget. These guys are Jackson, Mississippi reinforcements.
And if you want to just do them back to back, I'm going to pass the remainder of the turn.
Okay. Hector. Let me just roll for initiative, and then I'll bring them both on if that's all right. Because
Sure.
if we get double ones, it might be into turn.
Right.
It's not, so I'll just bring them both on. They're going to Jackson. Initiative, I presume pass.
Yes.
Okay, they can't entrench anyway, so I'm just going to move Hector 1 to there. They can stay on they could go within 3 hexes of the railroad. Initiative, just in case we get double ones. There it is. You want me to roll for possible into turn?
I'll roll it here. Here's a
Okay.
1. Nope. So I'll pass.
Okay, so he picked up a fatigue. I'm going to move McNair 1 hex to there, and he's going to pick up a fatigue. Initiative, presume pass.
Yep.
I'll do some things I know you're not going to react to. I can move Walker into hexes that are 24 or 24 or less, I think. So I'll start moving Walker out of Jackson. He picks up a fatigue, loses his entrenchments. And here's his movement. 5. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3.
That first one would be 2 because of Hector.
Oh, right. I shouldn't have moved it first. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was stupid. I should have done that second. Anyway, it's all right. Initiative. Mine. I'll move Walker again. Here's his movement. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's presume pass.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking for Greg. Here's his movement. He's got to go 1, 2, 3. Picks up a fatigue. Loses his entrenchments. Okay, Greg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they've done what I wanted there. Initiative, that's yours. Presume pass.
Yep.
Let me see what I got here. I'll move Vaughn under Smith. Just die roll. Well, plenty. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to destroy the ferry. Not yet anyway, but I'll leave him there. Initiative, presume pass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate Reynolds for movement. He can go 1 hex. So he'll go 1 to there. Initiative, that's mine. Well, with that, should I just leave him there? I'll take them to Reynolds to fatigue 2, 5. And I think I'm going to drop off a sub there again. Of 1 manpower, no artillery. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative, that's yours. Presume pass.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what? I am going to drop off 1 more sub. I'm going to have Fournay march in place with more. So they both pick up a fatigue. He's going to have 1 manpower. He's going to go down a manpower. I'm going to give him a piece of artillery. He's going to lose a piece of artillery. He's going to go there. Initiative. Presume pass.
Yeah.
Okay, take him to fatigue 2. Here's his movement strip. Die roll 3. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's mine. I think I'm going to pass. I am going to pass. I don't think I'm going to pass. I am going to pass.
You're quite sure of that passing. Yes. I will pass as well. So let's, like you said, we'll keep an eye on Cockrell, for example. make sure that he doesn't. But here is the recovery in the sunshine. Oh man, I have two thoughts about last turn. One, if I'm using a word to define the Union activities in that last turn, I'd call them hapless. That's one. And then two, just as a player standpoint, there's bad luck, there's terrible luck, and then there's Patrick Luck.
Patrick Luck, yeah. Dude, that's rough.
Whew! Okay, let's see. Where are we? We are now on turn 19. So, what do I'll give us a random event on this one. Let's see what we can get here. Where is the random event chart? It is right there. Okay, random event, and we are still well within May, so no problems there. And we have Confederate command paralysis again. Okay.
Jeez Louise.
Well, it's not hurting you as much as you think.
It's not, but it makes it hard to figure out something else to do. But yeah, okay.
Command paralysis. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the only thing that's slightly helping me with is I'm not getting the clap back on you saying, oh, let me counterattack. Through our sequence, so leader transfers. I'm going to move. I'll move McPherson back to Crocker. And I think that's all.
I don't think there's... Yeah, so you did that. Well, Cockerel is a tactical 3. So I'm going to move Loring down to sub 3. Because that doesn't hurt me since Cockerel's already a 3. So I'll take away that tactical for you.
Of course you will. Okay.
Plimpton Bowen needs to stay where he is. Smith probably doesn't matter, but he can't go anywhere anyway. Again, Fournette doesn't matter. Stevenson might as well stay where he is. Again, it doesn't matter. So that's it for me. I do have some attachments, or a attachment, it looks like.
Okay. Go ahead and do your attachment.
I'm going to add sub 5 to Tracy. He goes up to 3. I think that's the only sub I can attach at this point.
Well, then.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is our first initiative. It's yours.
Both, do what? 3, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours. Ties go to you this time.
Okay, I'm going to activate Blair, Tuttle, and Steele with Sherman. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So they're going to go there. Here's their movement. 6. Grant, Sherman are going to move to Steele. Steele will go first. Here is his extended march. He is... So he's going to lose a manpower. So that goes like that. And then they're going to go there. Tuttle's extend. He's going to flip, because of course. And then Blair's extend. Oh man, everything. Alright, he's going to lose a manpower. So initiative. That's mine. Okay, we're going to try this. McPherson is going to attempt an assault on Loring with Crocker. So he's going to crank Crocker up by 1. Here's the assault attempt. No. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm going to move Tillman. Provide some reinforcement to that hex. Initiative. That's mine. Take Baldwin to T2. He's just going to do a min move to there. Initiative. That's mine again. I'll take Taylor. Three, 4. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. Sherman will activate Steele, Blair, and Tuttle again. I'll going to fatigue 3. Here's movement +1. 3. Grant and Sherman will transfer to Blair. Steele will go first. Here's extended march +2. He's going to lose a manpower. And then go 1, 2, 3. And Blair's next +2. He's going to lose a manpower. I'll go there. And Tuttle is next to extend. He's also going to lose manpower. This is where Holger starts crying out loud that I'm bleeding off too many forces in extended march. But it's not me, it's the die roller. Initiative. That's mine. Alright. Now we'll try McPherson and Crocker again. Assault on Loring. Here's the assault attempt. No. Initiative. That's mine. We'll take it for number 4. Third time's a charm, baby. No, assault attempt. Alright, comes off this time. We're going to request a grand assault from Grant. So, 1, 2, or 3. Alright, so I can get an extra hex in there. And I will bring in everybody, Steel and the 2 cav. So Steel goes to 4, and the other 2 go to 2, or to 1 rather. So I have 5, 8, 10 to your 2. So let's do a +1 assault, +4 for 5 to 1. I have 7 pieces of artillery to your none, which...
That's just still no effect. Almost.
Almost. Alright. Yeah, you need 8, right? I figured.
Yep.
Oh well. Okay. So I see a +5 attack.
Yep.
Well, it's possible. Let's see what happens. Here's +5. It's a 7. I just barely got him out of there.
So it's a +2
+2
final?
Yep.
And I have... So it's a DR for me.
And 1 DA for me. Cause,
so 1...
you know, overwhelming force
2,
just gets you so far.
3... He can go 1, and he'll go 2 to there and stop.
Okay. I'm going to take 1 off of Crocker. And... Yep. Okay. So they... I'll have McPherson and him go forward. Actually, I'll take Steel in there as well. Okay, initiative. That's mine. I'll have Logan march. Movement. 1. Initiative. That's mine because it ties. I will have Hall march. Movement. 3. Go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine. Have Hall march again. Movement. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. Possible into turn. And turn ends.
Okay.
Alright, so here is Sunshine Recover. Alright, why don't you give us our random event for this turn? This is going to be our strategic turn, so we may get through it today.
Random event is 4. That's got to be something better. Delay unit entry. If one of us rolls a die, if it's even, the Union player selects 1 Confederate infantry or cavalry unit anywhere on the turn track, even the current turn. He rolls the die again. If the die rolls 3 or less, the selected unit is placed on the turn track. 1 box later, 4 more, it's 2 tracks later. If it's odd, then the Confederate player follows that.
Fantastic. Okay, so I will roll.
Okay.
Here's the roll, and it's an odd, so that's you.
Okay, so I'll roll the die again. It's a 6, which is
Bye bye, Lawman. My big division.
4 more to select his place on the track. 2 boxes later than the current turn. Lawman, yeah, let's put him 2 turns. Let's see. Just gets delayed 2 turns.
Yeah. Man. It just keeps getting better and better. Okay. Well, that's easy. Leader transfers. I think I'll keep everyone where they are for the moment.
I guess I gotta leave Loring where he is. That was what I wanted, just to get him reinforced somehow, but that didn't happen. So Bowen needs to stay where he is, obviously. Well, I'm not moving anybody, I guess. Not yet.
No attachments. I don't have any.
Or yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get sub 7 attached to Baldwin. So he's gonna go up a manpower. And sub 7 goes back to my Baldwin's 2. So that leaves me at 4 there. You're not gonna, that's up a hill, you're not gonna do anything, especially not Lawman's been delayed. And I think that's all I've got. Yep, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well then, why don't you give us the first initiative roll?
That's mine. That's what I needed. I have to get it. Yeah, I'm gonna take Barton. Here's his movement. 4. So I could have taken Featherstone, but I didn't. I took Barton instead. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Issue. That's mine. I'll take Featherstone, which is movement. He can go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Now, do I want to stack him in there or not? Take Featherstone, Fatigue 2. He's just going to do a 1 hex to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll have Logan march. Here's movement. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. Possible end of turn. Continues. Logan will march again. Movement. 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have Smith activate Vaughn, so he loses his entrenchments. Here's his movement. He can go 6 hexes because the band paralysis is finally over with. 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop there. He needs fatigue. Initiative. It's yours.
I'll have Wagon B march. Move it. 2, 1, 2. Initiative. Wagon B again. Movement. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have Stevenson activate all 3 of his guys that are within range. Taylor, Reynolds, and Tracy. Here's their movement. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Oh, Stevenson will transfer to Tracy. He'll go 1, 2, and 3. He'll go 1, 2, and 3. And Reynolds will go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Hall march. Movement. 2, 1, 2. Initiative. Yours.
Stevenson will activate all 3 of his brigades. Here's their movement. Man. 1, 2, 3. I don't have command paralysis, but they do worse. He could just go straight across. Initiative. That's yours. No, it's mine. High ties,
High
finally.
ties. Yep.
My ties, high ties. Fournay will activate sub 8. Loses his entrenchments. There's his movement, +2. 7. 2, 3, 4 to there. Stop there. Initiative. It's mine again. Take sub-8. Take 2, and he's just going to do a min move to Stevenson. Initiative. That's mine. Okay, now I'll activate Walker. Here's his movement. He can go 6. So go 1, 2, 3. Oops, 3, 5, and he will go to Raymond for 6. Initiative. Mine. Take Greg. Here's his movement. 6 also. 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Every time we play, I feel like I've kicked an ant pile with my toe. Because I do a little something, and then all of a sudden there's just this flurry of initiatives and movements, and you get it, except for Stevenson, of course, you get this, Greg and Walker have just like, they are where I wanted to be, so now I got to rethink that. I'm going to have Blair and Tuttle march. Here's movement. 3. I'm going to go there. Initiative. That's yours.
So where you're at, you have all 6 hexes covered, but 4 are going to come off. So you'll have a +1 flank, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to activate A.W. Reynolds for movement with Stevenson. Here's his movement. 6. Here's his extend, which is no modifiers. He's okay. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Activate Vaughn for movement with Smith. Go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, I'll activate Blair and Tuttle for an assault on Smith.
Okay.
Here's the assault attempt. It comes off with both.
Okay.
So we get a +1 assault. We have a +1 tactical. And it's 7 to 5, and I've got 4 pieces of artillery to your nothing, so that's nothing. And no flank.
So it's 7 to 3, so you have a ratio of +1.
Oh, it is 7 to 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, +1 for +1 for ratio, 7 to 3. There is no creek in my way, and I don't have any flank, so I just see a +3.
Yes.
Okay, here's a +3. 7.
Okay.
We score a rout. If only that was worth something.
So let's see. So that's +4 result.
Mm-hmm.
It's DR, and you pick up a fatigue. I was hoping that would cost you a little more than that.
That's bait, that is. 7 + 4, yeah, just 1 little fatigue. So they both get 1
Let it
fatigue.
disorganize, and I do get a demoralization marker. Do have a retreat path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stop.
Okay, and they will both take the hex. Oops. To there. Initiative. It's yours.
So you're fatigue 3 now, but you have also cut off my retreat. Well, I guess I should need to try to get you out of there, I guess. I'll take green to fatigue 1, and we'll attempt an assault with Bowen on Grant's Hex. So it's a +1 to this die roll. It's a 3 is a 4, so that does come off. And then we'll attempt a grand assault, so it's +1 to this die roll. It comes off. So you're 7 with 4 pieces of artillery. So I'll bring in, with green, I'll bring in Tillman and Buford. So that's 9 + 5 is 14 to your 7.
And I have a die roll for artillery, right?
Yes.
So on even it's used, it's not used.
So the type's +1. I have a ratio of +1. And there's no flank, there's no terrain, there's no anything else. So I see a final of a +2.
+2.
Is that what you?
I see. Yep.
Okay. It's a 7.
Here's my defense. That's +4. Demoralized. And possibly worse. +4 on 7. Yep, I take a loss. Right. Alright. So they are both demoralized. So they have to go 1 away, 2 away, 3 away. They cannot go into your hex. Check my math?
Yeah, I think you're on option 4.
Right, okay.
So you could have gone the other way, but that would have cost you a manpower.
Right, exactly.
+4 on 14
Uh-huh.
is a 1 FA for me.
Woo! Yay!
So I pick up a fatigue on everybody. And I have to take a manpower off of somebody. I'll take it off of Buford. Now the question is, do I want to advance into the hex? Is there an advantage to me to advance into the hex? You got 14 sitting across the river there. I'm going to move Tillman and Buford into the hex. Initiative. That's mine. I'm going to pass.
I'm gonna activate Osterhaus to march. And I'm gonna drop a sub. Alright, here's movement. 2. He's just gonna go overland to there. Initiative. Mine. Osterhaus to 2. Movement. With McClernand activating.
Yeah.
4. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine. Osterhaus to 3. Movement. 4. Extended march. Man! Oops. Yeah. He's just gonna go there. Initiative. That's yours.
Going to continue to pass.
A wagon A march. Movement. 2. Trundle. Movement. Initiative. That's a low tie. That's mine. So wagon B again. Movement. 3. 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Yours.
Continue to pass.
Hall to 2. Movement. 5. He'll go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine. Look around. Hovey will march. He's going to drop a sub. So I will keep that 2 that I had. 1, 2. Initiative. That's mine. I'll take... He should have 1. Hovey will go to 2. McClernand will activate. Here's his march. 4. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's yours.
I will pass.
Okay. I will pass as well, I think, and we can do the strategic phase because we're right at 2 hours, and that'll wrap the day, I think. So,
Okay.
all right, let's go through that step process here. Recovery phase comes first, so we will hit the recovery in the sunshine. All right, Vicksburg siege phase, not bloody likely. All right, so strategic cycle is upon us. Let us do our strategic event. I think you rolled the last one, so I'll roll this one. So for the next 5 turns, this is what's going on. 7, Union extended march bonus, hooray! Or French arrives early. So we do get the turns 5 through 20, so applies from that. So great, this is the last chance to get this. This, back over here, is a nice little reminder. Good. Okay. So that's nice. We will go back to the strategic section. Union Depot. I'm not going to place a new depot. Check. Union supply status. Everyone, with the exception of Logan, is still in Claiborne County. So he is the only one that is out of supply. Vicksburg, no. I mean, I presume you've been checking in on that, and that has no bearing because I've not gotten anywhere near the Vicksburg fort.
Yeah, as long as I can get to either the north or the east map, I'm not under siege. So
Perfect. Okay. So garrison demoralized. No manpower
No, 'cause-
adjustment. Oh, my favorite part.
I think you may have got enough manpower losses now. You may have a
Oh joy.
positive die roll modifier.
Oh joy. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 17 manpower losses.
No, you're still on the plus. You get a +1 die roll.
+1 die roll. Okay, so here's my die roll for that. Gonna lose 3 more, aren't I?
Is that right?
You got the chart there, right? Let's see.
3. Wow, you used 3 man. That's just brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, now I got to roll on the table as well.
All right, so I'm going to lose 1 from Osterhaus. I will lose 1 from Bryant, way up here. And a third one. Who's got 1 to spare? I'm going to lose 1 from Steel. Okay, that's my 3.
Okay, now I roll on the table. I roll rolls a die. Okay, so here's my die roll. It's a 3. Vicksburg is besieged. No. Losses due to combat. I get a -1 if I'm 0 to 5. I think I've lost 4.
You're right at 5. Right at 5.
Right at 5. So it's a -1. So that's a 2. So a 2 is 1 to 2 is no effect.
Oh, that must be nice. All right. Okay. Confederate Army of Relief. Would you like to do something with that now?
Okay, so I roll a die on the Confederate Army Relief segment of each strategic and consults the Army table. This die roll will be modified. So here's my die roll for that. It's a 2. It may be modified. Okay, it's not this turn 15 strategic. I get a -1 to that, so that's now a 1. Johnson's not sick. It's not turn 50. It's not President Davis. The railroad station is not destroyed. The Army Relief marker occupies box 0. None of those is true. So I get a -1, which is a 1, which is a no effect.
Okay.
I need a high die roll on this to get that number.
Oh, right,
up.
to shift the number, right. Yep.
And once the number gets shifted, then I can get to a certain point where these guys can now do something they cannot.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, Army of Maneuver.
You have to. That's dependent on you, right? And then now you may reorganize if you wish.
Now do organize, and I will do that.
And I assume Greg, Ector, and McNair will all become Walker's Corps. Is that how that works?
Yeah. He gets to keep all his stuff, so he's going to go. Greg becomes. I think that's it for the reorganization segment, and I'll get that figured out here. I'll get these guys. I'll find all these guys and get them fixed.
Cool. All right.
Hopefully.
All right. And let's see what else we got. I think that is the end of that part. Yes. So Vicksburg, there is no surrender segment, no end of game. Turn track has been advanced, and pontoons. So I'm not building any pontoons. You were not qualified to do that yet because you didn't have anyone at 0, I don't think. And turn marker has been advanced. So this is a great spot to end. 2 hours, 8 minutes, and we will roll our... First of all, let me zoom out for the home audience. There you go. You can kind of see where everything's going. Raymond is becoming an important center up here, and then everything is still at the edge of Claiborne, and of course Sherman is being very Sherman-esque, which is to say, not really good in this game. Alright, so we zoom back in, and let's roll our random event. What do we got here? Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Give me command paralysis.
Come on, baby. It's 10. It's heat. It's hot. Damn hot. Alright, so it will be hot today.
Okay.
Which is, luckily, I've got the -1 on the extended marches, so that will offset the heat. We've got a little bit of planning going on that. But we will now pivot over into our discussion and review. You probably have positive things to say about this today, so I'll let you go first. And Mike, feel free to chime in. We'll let you be on the recording too, from the observer's point of view too. So Roger, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, obviously won the battles today, and that, other than the one with sub, I think this was a very nice day. I think the manpower losses today were, I lost 1 to your 6, maybe?
Something like that, yeah. Pretty bad.
So that was, yeah, and holding the line at where Bowen and Cockrell are was very nice. So, yeah, I'm feeling, today was a good day. I mean, despite the command paralysis, I was able to hold my own, and I'm gradually getting my army sort of reorganized a little bit. And I do have Logan in my rear, but I guess he's kind of by himself at this point. So,
well, I had a plan for him, and then you sniffed. I mean, you sniffed it pretty quick. I mean, he had a job, like, head for Raymond, and then I realized, oh, he's way too far ahead. He's gonna be out of supply again. So I was trying to see if I could get the wagons into range, but they're trundling. They don't go very fast, so I had to cap that ambition. Yeah, I would say command paralysis is, I don't think it means what we think it means for you, because in both situations today, it was, one, it ended very quickly because that was a short turn, but the other one, it was no impact on you whatsoever because your movement rolls were fantastic.
Yeah, I had really, independently, and I actually, Stevenson's division, which I wanted to get moving, rolled slowly and didn't get to where I wanted them to be, and of course I did kind of dangled Smith out there as bait, and you attacked him, and that cost you fatigue. I was hoping to actually tire you out completely, but it turned out okay.
Yeah, I mean, just if we're pivoting over to that, you all saw it. You all saw how terrible it was. I had 3 failed assault attempts, so that sucks. I had a 1-6 split go against me. That's really sucky. And then even when I had the +5 assault, I still only managed to squeak away with just getting you. It did not impact you whatsoever. I mean, it was because it was a small enough unit, and I took the brunt of that. So really, the only silver lining today was your attack against Grant, which ended up just as an exchange, but it did drive him and Sherman far, far away, and that was unfortunate because I've got to rest him up now, and anytime I'm behind you, that means I'm giving you something to think about, but it also puts me in peril because all you've got to do is close the vice grip a little bit. So I think I did more harm than good today for me, which is really unfortunate because it started with promise. But be that as it may, it's the game. I'm curious as to what point I will hand you the towel when I get too deep on the victory points and I'm not making forward progress. Because if I keep having failed attacks and assaults that are just going that horribly, I don't know what's the point of no return on the losses, because I'm down minus 11, 12 points now, and short of getting siege points, I don't know any good substantive points other than Jackson, and that's in another universe. That's far, far away. So,
And Patrick, if I may, that's just the victory point losses, right? I mean, you took a lot of extended march. I watched like six manpower melt away on
and then
extended march,
and then 3 more because we're fickle and we just take them away in the manpower adjustments.
right?
So
So I mean, you've lost so many guys that it's going to be hard to SWAT Walker out of Raymond and stuff, because you just lost so many guys.
Exactly. So it's gone better. It's hard. It's hard to, like, how much does it keep piling up? And then you try to get into a positive mental state, and then you just hit that die roller, and it's like, oh, nope, okay. And after a while, you just kind of take it as status quo. It's like, this is the way it's always going to be. I'm going to roll poor for movement. I'm going to roll high for assaults and for extended marches, and you just have to play through it. And for those who find that to be a design detriment for the system, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, it really starts to beat you down mentally, but it's still a lot of fun. I love the challenge of trying to figure out, okay, how do I make something out of nothing here? Roger being the very gracious opponent, I think sometimes you pull your punches on me, because it's like, oh, I can't do that. He's down already. I'm not going to attack him that way. But then there are other times when you do not disappoint me, and it's like, oh, because that's when you did the attack with Bowen and everything. I said, well, I really need that next initiative to kind of do something, and you got it. And you're like, here we go. Here's the grand assault, and it went off flawlessly. You rolled the 1, you got everybody in there, and it was a big, beautiful battle.
When I felt like I had to do, because I was, as you were mapping that out, if it had gone the other way, I'd have had guy, which is why I moved Reynolds where he is, if I needed to build a bridge.
Right.
Across the Big Black. That was my escape route.
Yep.
But yeah, it's, as I said, I looked at the spreadsheet and looked through the numbers. I mean, this is a very long game. I mean, this could turn very quickly, because you actually have a lot of time left. I was kind of amazed when I said, oh, I should be getting to the point now where I can be a little more flexible. And I was like, no, I'm not, because there's such big points that you get for taking Vicksburg. Obviously, is win or lose the game. So if you take Vicksburg even fairly late in this game, you still win victory point total.
Sure.
So obviously they've made that the front and center. It's sort of like Hood Strikes North. You got to take Nashville. You got to take Vicksburg.
Yeah. And for me, so far, the marching orders for me is do no harm, and every single thing I did today was harm to myself.
Yeah.
It's like, quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Stop it, man. Stop it. Yeah. Next week will be better. It will always be better next week. I promise.
Yeah. It will.
But Mike, thank you so much for watching today, and glad to.
Thank you. Hope I didn't mess anything up.
Oh no, not at all. And
no, not at all.
And for everybody that's out there, thank you so much for watching, tuning in as you do each and every week to the Union Folly at Vicksburg. Well, hell, Vicksburg's 40 miles away as far as I'm concerned. We hope you enjoyed it. If you saw any goofs or anything, or if you just have comments, we'd love to hear the comments down there. We've got the frequent flyer group of people that opine, but don't be shy. Go ahead if you're new to the system. Disregard everything that I'm doing because I'm playing it wrong. We love having you here, so click the like, subscribe, all that good stuff for YouTube. And thank you to everybody who kicks in a buck or two. There are fine, generous people there I'm showing you now. If you would like to join in the fun, you can always join the Great Campaigns Discord server. There's a community there that loves to encourage people and always have somebody willing to play. And until next week, Roger, have a great one, sir.
I'll talk to you then.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.